Theoretically.
I don't
I'm
know what
back.
I'm back
I
either.
see me, so you know.
That means.
I see Casta.
Look,
Okay.
what did I sabotage?
I see Casta.
Give it a minute. It may load for you. Or you could just reconnect.
Nah,
Very
hold on a second.
broken up,
Okay, I see Casta.
I see everybody.
Aha! I have everyone.
You're very broken up.
You're broken up.
Oh, I don't know why.
You're not broken up, but you've broken up.
I know.
Okay, we need
I missed you too.
to get together.
Alright, I finally have my things in order, and then I come over and go, okay, but what's happening?
I'm leaving.
Just going to huff and say, Harris, let's go talk to the others. And with a angry swish of her tail at Cag, just gonna head back into the dining room to see if anybody else woke up yet.
He
Alright.
follows.
Coming along. I thought we were leaving.
We're communing. We're talking.
Yeah. No,
We're not for too long.
that's what I said out loud.
Oh.
Okay. Have some breakfast. So we need to talk about what the plan is, because as my understanding was, we offered to go along with Harris here to sort of help with his situation. There are orcs and strange creatures that have are trespassing on his land, and he came to the court for help.
To clarify, they're not my lands or my people. The people I serve, we should say.
Well, still, I mean, you have a loyalty to them, so they're yours.
True. I am oath bound to them.
So,
Sir,
The Lothari.
the wolf things.
Yes. The Wolf Eldrin, I suppose you could say.
right. And I think that, given the fact that it's parallel with
Oh no.
our goals of finding out as much as we can about these incursions as possible, that we should at least go and check it out. Maybe offer some assistance.
Yeah, I thought that's what we were doing.
That's the plan.
What I thought as well, but Cag won't come out of the library and keep muttering about dragons and time and essence, and I'm not sure what's going on.
Is everyone in the room with us right now?
I think so.
Let him miss breakfast and be starved.
Oh, were you here too, Kag?
But himself.
Kag, did you go into the...
Yeah, they're in the room with them.
Okay, so you went to go eat breakfast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, where you weren't, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I said I was.
This guy sitting here next to me anyway.
Like, Cog's just gonna be confused looking around. Like, I'm not. Like, I'm right here.
Lag confusion.
Like,
No, wrong. I swished my tail angry at you and left.
I don't think you must not have heard me because I said that. Yeah, I was saying that I followed after you.
Harris.
I guess it didn't transmit.
Harris isn't eating. He's just sitting by Jacobus and looking at his crown.
All right, are we ready to go?
I mean, I'm always ready. But, I mean, I just want to, grab my pack and my things, and I'm ready to go whenever everybody else is ready to go. I suspect that the mage tower is not going to immediately get back to us. That's the feeling that everybody else got.
Yeah.
Two things. One, and I'm talking to Harris. What is the climate of the place we're going to?
The Winter Court. Cold.
Clothes.
So I shove food in my face, and then I get up and I go upstairs to find in the like heaps of clothing we got, finding warm clothes.
Can you think of the most miserable blizzard you've ever been in?
Yep, got it. Got the image now. I'm going.
Great.
I'll be
I
back.
got the best boots for that.
Okay, so Earlith is also going to push up from the table then and go and get cold weather gear.
Like so do you, Jacobus.
Pack up some food.
Davi's
said
just
one.
wearing boots, nothing else.
He said one, which generally insinuates that there will be a two, but then he left. Is this a thing he does? Maybe.
Wait, what? I missed it.
You said one, and then you got up and left.
Oh yeah, I'll come back.
So he's just like, he kind of calls out to the house in general as you go, you might want to get your mounts as well.
So, like, you hear Cog's feet coming down the stairs when he says that, and there's a small pause because you heard the feet coming in your direction, and you can hear bootsteps moving towards the door. So Cog is...
I mean, we've already determined that all of us can ride Cag as he's a giant elk, right?
Yes, you can.
For a short amount of time.
I think it's 3 hours now. Is it a third of your level or half your level? I think it's half your level.
I need to go shopping for spurs.
How? It's not that kind of relationship.
Cag, roll a general intelligence check for me.
Wow, really? That's fucked up. Save or a check?
Check. Check.
Does he have a specific intent?
Okay. So, while it is true that your friends can ride you, depending upon how far and long you're going, you get real
I
tired.
mean, I can go a long time.
I'm just letting you know. You're gonna
Oh.
get bored. You're
No,
gonna get-
I actually went over to the stables to request mounts and
Okay. So you went over to the stables. Where is like the
where is the
wild-
stables? I don't know where the fucking stables was.
the only place you've been before were the Wild Hunt stables.
Shit. All right, power walking my ass over there
To the Wild Hunt.
to the Wild Hunt.
Okay, you go over to the Wild Hunt stables and you are met with another member of the Wild Hunt. This one looks nothing like Yernan, aside from the pure white eyes, and is also wearing kind of like the black armor kind of, and you come over and he's working with one of the great elks and he looks over. Can I help you?
Yes, I actually, and this is all in Sylvan. Do you know where I could acquire a mount for our party before we leave?
A single mount?
That's where for the party, the academy.
So multiple mounts.
Yeah, that is, yes, that's the yes.
There are a number of traders on the outskirts who deal in such matters.
Outskirts.
Of the city. You have the city proper, and then you have the more rural population.
I see. So that by that I'm connecting the dots.
We're going to Fayetteville.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
No. So the mounts we used previously were exclusively for the Wild Hunt, I'm
Yes.
presuming. I see.
If you're looking to acquire elks, then Millith is the closest breeder to where we are.
And where is Milf?
And he kind of gestures like southeast.
How far away is Milf?
Hey, which direction?
Not far, guy. It's maybe like a 10-minute walk.
Okay, yeah, I was like, that way, just go like 70 nautical miles.
No. Outside the city proper, but it's not too far.
400 football field.
Mile and a half, you know. Or
Alright, so,
mile. I don't
Okay.
know, something, 10 minutes. Work with me.
yeah. How many football fields? Okay, so I thank him for his time, of course, in Sylvan, because any solo interactions I'm going to do at this point are going to be in Sylvan. And I start power walking for 10 minutes.
Okay. Okay, so everybody else back, Sky, you head on over, and you eventually come to this little ranch. You are able to very easily make out what it is because of the great elks that are roaming around this courtyard. The fence is almost ridiculously small compared to their size. They literally look like they could just step over it, but it's there, you know. And working outside, you see this autumn eldrin. The house itself looks suspiciously like a pumpkin. It's round and orange, and it's quaint, and it's very fairy tale-ish. And there's a young eldrin girl, you know, and she's like hauling these big, you know, like things of oats, you know, and she's pouring them out, and the elk are just eating them, and she sees you coming over, and, you know, she kind of pauses to look as you approach.
And I'm going to offer a traditional elven greeting, whatever that is. Namaste. um, and ask her, have you ever heard of the Academy?
No.
Interesting.
We're doing great.
We need a PR campaign. Where is the Bart?
Ground them.
Well, have you heard of what's been going on in parts of the Feywild?
And she kind of gestures. And as you take a moment to look around, you see that there are a number of tents and covered wagons and camps that are set up all through this area. A lot of the fields have been converted into kind of little refugee areas.
Holy shit.
We're in Syria, guys.
Yes, word has carried.
The Academy has been employed by the Queen to attempt to solve this problem so that we can return things to the normal way of things. In pursuit of that, there is a situation that requires our presence in the Winter Court. And we heard you had the best riding mounts in the Autumn Court.
That's a lie.
What do you mean?
I don't have the best. But I could.
Interesting. You could if what?
I want to have the best. The Wild Hunt accepts only the best, and they don't accept my mounts because they're not the best. But
Cecily is my favorite person.
if I could garner, I'll tell you what, I need legendary mounts. I need mounts that have a reputation that rivals Oberon himself. So, if I give them to you, and you can bring them back with this reputation of the Academy who rode out on my mounts, and I can tell tales of their greatness, maybe then I could have the best.
Guys, we're sponsored. We're gonna wear like so it's gonna be like Autumn Court across the chest, and then like on one of the sleeves it's gonna be Millis Stable Co. Oh, they are gonna get murdered.
Wait. Is the sponsorship gonna be on us or the mounts? I'm telling you, she's making NASCAR.
How many do you need?
Well, it depends.
Let's take a spare. If she wants them back, let's bring a spare.
A spare.
Wait,
How many are currently in? How many can I see?
you can see about a dozen.
Okay.
Oh, Katie can be his own.
Yeah, he doesn't get a mount.
Well, I can't stay that way forever.
He eats 6 hours a day, so if he's got to run there and fix them.
I actually
Sounds like his problem, not ours.
I need to figure out wild shape direction.
Well,
So I don't need one.
right?
No, Harris does not have a mount.
Okay. Well, I mean, we
Turn a
could
werewolf
always
into a
double
mountain.
up. Some of us could double up. How many people can the elk carry? Because I mean, Dobby is a dwarf, so she's small. But
Listen to her make assumptions.
How many do you need, Cog?
Fuck. Because I could.
Well, Rafferty's probably not gonna be like, let me out of his touch or sight or anything, so you might as well stick me on
She
one.
quirks.
How much weight can they carry? I mean, like, can they carry? Do you recommend them carrying 2 riders for a long distance into blizzard conditions of the Wizard Court?
They're like any.
Real quick.
They're like any mount. The less weight they carry, the faster they can go, the more endurance they'll have. But can they carry 2 at length? So long as they are of medium size, I would say so.
We have 7. We have 7 in our party.
Will they be carrying your bags as well? How much will you be carrying?
We have other means for transporting our goods. We have supplies that we'll each carry, but it's minimal. Do we use pounds or stone here? I don't know.
I mean, is it really going to matter? Just, you know.
Can a Feywild use metric system? Used to be.
So we'll be carrying at least half a football field on it.
Then she kind of tilts her head. I'm confused as to why this is such a difficult question. How many are in your party?
7. I said 7.
Then take 7. Take 7 and bring me back a legend befitting of Oberon. And she holds out her hand.
She did not say bring back the mounts.
Do we have a deal?
Is this?
I'm gonna give her a really long look, and I'm going to insight the fuck yeah. I'm insight checking that because that was a fucking trap.
Critical
Bitch.
failure coming.
I'm about to fucking slap the shit out of her hand. Is what's happening.
There is something going on here. This is a deal. This is a Fey deal. For sure.
So, what were the exact words she said?
Then take 7 and bring me back a legend befitting of Oberon.
I'm gonna stick my hand out and not touch her hand, and say, "I will bring you back 7 elk."
And she withdraws her hand.
You're good, and I respect that.
Wow.
I mean, we could walk.
If you would like to seek other breeders of elk, I'm sure there are many who do not require your favor, who have already found themselves quite successful, but I am young. I have a ways to go before the wild hunt will come to look at my stock. But I tell you, all I ask is you make them creatures of legend.
We need to get them
And
to
they're
level
yours.
20, guys.
We'll just UO rules. I'll bandage one, you bandage another. We'll make them fight each other.
Besides, he doesn't want to play UO.
Yeah.
I think about this for a very long time. I don't care if it's awkward silence for a while.
And she seems extremely patient, like she has all the time in the world.
Fuck, because she does.
Strong negotiating position there, guy.
Yeah,
More information.
yeah. If I break her kneecap, no.
Why did he go alone to do this? Again?
Because I was the only one who took responsibility for getting people ready. Oh, I wanted that reaction so bad. That was amazing. Sorry, Leah. Okay. Okay. For a deal like that, to bring you back a legend
Befitting of Oberon.
befitting of Oberon, that is a large statement. Do I know Oberon's relevance in the she court?
Roll an intelligence check.
Fuck, I can't do that for like history.
Okay, you can do a history check. I'm cool with it.
I don't know.
Oh, wow. Wife negotiation skill plus 1.
Yeah. I mean, I have +0 to history, so it's there's no difference. I should have been like, can I do like a nature check?
No, I'm cool with history.
Oh, nice.
You do. You know that Oberon is said to be, you know that he is a very powerful Fae. You know that he resides in the Sealy Court. And you know that he is like a key player. There are tons of legends about him. Some call him the Green Man. You know that he at least has a relationship with Titania. Some people call him her lover. Some people call him her husband.
Yeah, Titania is of the Sealy Court.
Yes, the Sealy Court. But he is legendary. As to the specifics of what this could mean with regards to elk, you know, that's still a little unclear, but they are definitely looking for the thing, like this is something that will make its way into legend.
So, I'm gonna inquire into this. Why do you want a creature that is a legend of the Sealy Court?
I'm not requesting that you bring me a legend of the Sealy Court, if you refer to my reference to Oberon. I want you to... First off, I don't need the creature. I need the story. I need the reputation. I need to be able to tell people that it was my elks that carried the academy into battle, that took them to where they needed, that were reliable and had the stamina to get them where they needed to go, and ultimately saved the Feywild from its destruction. I am looking for the reputation. The animals themselves, it doesn't matter if they return.
Because they're not gonna.
This actually makes the deal a lot more palatable. Palatable, excuse me.
Palatable.
Palatable.
It's definitely palatable.
Is it palatable? Palatable?
Palatable.
It's palatable. I don't know, man.
It's kind of playable.
I'm thinking and talking.
I was just trying to give you a hard time.
My parents are deaf. Most words I know is because I've read them, not because people said them to me.
That worked for like the first 10 years
It's
of your
true though.
I'm
Where
actually
did you
kind
go to
of glad. I'm glad you went alone to make this deal that the rest of us are not going to be tied to.
Oh yeah, that's true. Just him.
That's you did us a solid.
Yeah, her advantage here that she's saying is I can lie and she can't.
Just the red dragon's gonna eat him anyway.
It will just feed the elk to the red dragons at the end of the end of the day.
Cat is going to get killed by a dragon.
Oh yeah, we didn't get to that part.
Missed all that.
I am writing Tristan is going to exist in this realm and write a song about that.
Um,
Kag's new pet project, literally.
The egg hatched, or is this about
the egg hatch and it's a young dragon.
Oh, we saw Breeza again.
You don't watch the. You should watch the sessions back.
Nobody's gonna watch the sessions.
I've watched some of the sessions back.
You're
I
crazy.
mean, if you edit them so that the combat is only 5 minutes, we're really bad at
Hey, we
combat.
got better. We've gotten better. Thank you.
Yes, we ran away from the last one, so that improved things.
Your lip slayed.
That is true. She did a shit ton of damage.
I still, if you check the stats, finger guns is probably like #1.
It's
No,
because
but
Kag
they
didn't
don't-
bother
they
to
don't-
spell it at all.
Right.
Do we have the deal?
She's like moving along. Do it.
She extends her hand.
I'll bring you back a legend.
The legend befitting of Oberon. I've been
You've
doing
done
this
this
a long
before.
time, Elf.
That's what she said.
Just do it. We're gonna be legendary.
I will bring you the legendary story of your elk carrying the academy into
Befitting
battle.
of Oberon.
Befitting of Oberon.
A legend befitting of Oberon?
Fuck my life. Yes, I stick my hand out and I shake on it.
And she grabs your hand and she pulls you close. And she says, Oberon, when he heard of Titania's woe, rode through the night non-stop until he was by her side to relieve her of her pain. And she lets go.
Fuck!
Take your pick.
God damn it.
Any 7 you like.
Alright.
I love it so much.
Can I write that down? Hold on. I need to write that down. Stop. Everyone, let's.
I have to go to the little book.
Yeah. There. You go that. Yeah. Fuck. I'm so screwed.
No, it's a where. What is he?
Where cow? Where cow?
A where cow. That's
You've been
right.
turned off for like 5 minutes.
But we can hear it through you, so it works.
I think he just muted himself.
Hey, okay, so we can quickly fill says in while they do a
Yes, it says it's still here.
Alright. I picked the ones that make the most sense. Do I need to roll like an animal handling check or something?
No,
Okay.
it's fine. They're well trained.
Okay, good. Alright. I'm gonna go tinkle.
You gotta stop the elk and don't run away.
Okay, so Breeza has the baby dragon.
Okay,
and
I'm gonna, yeah.
brought the
Right.
dragon to court. The Autumn Queen was gonna kill it, but then the Copper Fairy Dragon, Velis the Last, came to visit because Kag ran over to the court to try to get them to not kill the dragon and instead try to raise it and use it as a weapon towards the demon incursion. Never mind that dragons take a couple of 100 years to mature.
This sounds like if you give a mouse a cookie to me.
I mean, it's Cag. What do you expect? So then the Copper Fairy Dragon came by the house, talked to him about it a while, said that he thought it was a foolish thing to do, but for now they would keep the dragon alive. And Cag is wanting to change its essence from a red dragon to a a metallic dragon, and raise it up as a good dragon, and then use it as a weapon.
This sounds absolutely terrible.
Literally everybody else thinks so too, including the Copper Fairy Dragon, who is strangely interested in Earlith. So
Okay.
it's like, okay,
Casta, if you want to
Cass is not there.
Get
Cass and
it,
Kara left.
no, Casta, is she on chat?
No,
No,
they
they all went
walked
to
away
bathroom.
from the computer.
Oh, okay. God, you guys make terrible decisions. Like letting
No.
Cag make decisions.
Well,
He
we
ran off by
didn't-
himself.
He ran off by himself to do this, and then the Copper Fairy Dragon came to the house to talk
seems
to him.
fine.
And we're
We're not
all
bound by
like,
it.
"What?"
Oh, I'm fine with this decision. I just mean the rest of them. Jesus.
That's also Cog's problem.
Also, and the fun thing is all of this. So, your trinket bag is missing.
Oh shit.
Which is why you're very clingy to Davi, apparently.
Oh,
And
yeah. Oh my god, that's terrifying. Like,
And-
I'm gonna die, guys. You're gonna get wild magic next.
here's the thing about your trinket bag is that
It's in the place where we don't remember because we
it's
got
probably in the place where you guys don't remember. Earlith and Davi remember, but you guys don't believe them when they tell you what we went through in the Feydark.
Well, if she tells me my trinket bag's down there, I'm probably gonna believe that.
Well, we don't know because we have no idea when you lost the trinket bag. We just know that you had the trinket bag when we were asleep in the Feydark, and you did not have the trinket bag when we arrived back at the academy. But we've been to several places since then.
But
The place you guys don't remember.
Good
Yes.
Dick is big bucket.
Yeah, we went sliding down the thing and fell and.
That's terrifying.
And
When we were at that temple,
How many times did he get wet during the time he was gone?
he did
Fell face first into a stream.
he
Fall into the river in the Feydark.
you did get escorted across the river by a member of the Admiral's crew.
Okay, so you may have just released me. I didn't
So.
say that right.
Jackie relieved him of all of his stuff, so he may have
So
returned.
Jackie may have it.
Careful.
So, sorry. Okay. So,
Have I gotten any night terrors since this went missing?
no, not since I went missing.
Just a normal bedwetting.
But it's only been a day, so you've got time.
I'll have you know that I would never wet the bed because that would involve wetting.
I don't even sweat.
I only sleep in a cold, dry room thing.
He's got a fan on him at all
He
times.
doesn't even sleep at all.
Raph hasn't peed in 2 weeks.
Well, I did. It was just in your flagon.
That's what the flavor is.
So, Cog, you have your 7 elk.
I have my 7 elk, and I dejectedly walk back to the.
Catch up with you later. I mean, after you run for 7 days straight or whatever. You're resting.
How far is it, Casta?
By elk, it should take you 13 to 14 days.
Fuck.
That's a stat.
Is that 24 hours or is that a normal?
That's not 24 hours. That's assuming a normal travel day. So you might make
Jesus
double time.
Christ.
It may only take you a week. So let me look up the stats for like 9 points of exhaustion.
At 6, I think you die.
Can we sleep on it?
Maybe if we take turns.
Would the elks
Right.
not die?
Take the elks, and it's gonna take us 2 weeks to get to where Harris
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How did Harris get to the autumn court so fast?
You have no idea how long it's been since he left his area.
It's been 7 months.
I mean,
Alright.
you guys,
We're so far away.
Because
have been
it's an
here.
infinite plane.
You've been here for quite a while at this point because it took you like a week to get from. It took you a little over a week to get from where you originally met Respin to the court, and then you hung out in the court for a while, and then it took you like what 2.5 weeks to get down to the swamp, and then you hung out in the swamp for a while. So you've been here for at least a month. Oh my gosh. So,
Cog, something on your face.
She loves me.
Cog, you make it back to the house. Everybody's
Yes.
still getting
You
ready.
just burped in my face, you
Oh,
jerk.
that's gross. This-
See the people.
I'm sure you deserved it.
Yeah. Well.
But was it a burp?
No, it was not that. It didn't happen for 14 days by elk.
So when you show up, Cog, Harris is sitting on the front steps.
Hey, how much do you know about Oberon?
What do you want to know?
Wow. How are we alive?
I know,
Harris, oh, by the way, also says Harris is a werewolf, basically.
So's Cog.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
We don't know that, but we've been.
The
Is that
werewolf
why he's
asked,
been making
asked
con
Wade
saves
Cog
on
and
our
has
pool?
told him about his condition.
It's not a condition, okay?
No, it's a disorder. Okay.
Dobby asked
Alright, down.
you guys were all gone. So.
Down.
what are you looking to learn about Oberon?
I was just curious. Just, making conversation.
Legend.
He's Sealy, so anything you hear over here is going to be extremely jaded and political.
Ah, interesting. Okay. That's cool. So I have mounts. They're ready to go whenever. I didn't.
Nobody pays around here. You know that.
You know, Kat, you really could have said, I can get the mounts and you can take it up to Queen for payment. You wouldn't have had to have done this Fey deal. But,
There was
whatever.
probably literally a
Good
dozen
job.
other people at Elks.
You don't know that. None of you know that. Time is of the essence. Why does no one else care about Harry or whatever his name is?
There's like 6 of them there. He's with
Marilyn is going to come out onto the porch
He went to the worst used car dealer ever.
with her pet and see him with the elks and just shake her head. Say, well, you've done something worthwhile.
Which is alright.
I'm going to holler into the house, hey, we have mounts.
Harris heads down and starts putting his stuff on the elk. He kind of looks back and looks over at God and goes, "They don't seem to like you."
We're a collection of assholes that have been shoved together for no discernible reason. And some of us
There was a discernible reason. We were all in prison.
have not figured out how to play nicely with others.
Is it because of what you are?
I don't think most of them really understand. I don't think I understand.
You're a giant asshole, and I understand that. Really.
Apparently Rafferty has walked out onto the porch at this
We can guarantee y'all don't know who you are.
Maybe we can talk about that at some point then.
I think we'll have to.
He hops up onto the elk.
Fearless is gonna go and put her stuff up on one of the elks and
Alright.
you're ready to go.
I cast Conjure Animals, and then we spend 45 minutes going through their turns.
Okay. So everybody mounts up, presumably with winter clothing, given the destination.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Well, not yet. I mean, we
But yes,
Where there's no need to dress for a blizzard when it's not a blizzard yet.
correct. But just packed, like the provisions you need. So,
Yes.
so
Because I am going to assume that the academy is well stocked with everything that we need from all of our excursions and our time there and everything. So,
so.
We've literally been like one night at a house.
no, we were there for weeks.
That was like
Well,
2 days.
you were there for weeks last time, but yeah, today you were there like overnight. But I mean, when you ordered all your stuff, so you guys, where am I on this map? I'm supposed to be. There we are. That's where I want to be. Okay, so you guys start heading out. Everybody mounts up, get your saddlebags going, and just as Cag saw when he went to go get the elks, you notice that on the outskirts of town, a lot of the fields have been converted into refugee camps. They're nice at this point, nothing's overcrowded, but it is a lot of people. It's a lot more people than you saw before, There definitely seems to be an influx of individuals trying to seek refuge, and word is at least carrying by either just, word of things they've heard or by personal experience that the outside of the court does not seem safe anymore. You do notice that most of the people that have come at this point have children with them. They do appear to be the more vulnerable individuals. And everybody seems, pretty happy and in good spirits, all considered, But, it is getting kind of cramped. But you make your way to the outer part of the court where you come to the big tree wall that you always encounter. And as you go up, Harris actually has to kind of hang back for a moment and allow one of you to go first, and then the wall parts and he's able to follow in your wake, being that he is not part of the Autumn Court. And I am going to need your marching order.
I will go in the middle.
Okay.
Davi will be up towards the front.
See, Cog's got me 2 or 3 days.
I'm gonna have to
I actually took 3 of the mounts myself, and I'm switching off between them.
I'm gonna be not right at the front, but near the front.
Question,
Okay.
before we start moving forward,
Side.
speak
ma'am.
with animals or guiding hand, folks. For a spell. Do you want me to take guiding hand so that we actually know where the hell we're going?
Doesn't half the animals already talk?
What?
Speak with animals.
Stupid place already talk to you?
Oh, no, honestly. We haven't really asked about the animals in the area. So you're saying guiding hand.
Know where we're going?
I don't know, sure.
Alright, I'll just speak with animals then. Okay, sorry, just wanted to see if there are any opinions.
Okay.
I assume Harris knows where we're going.
So,
Mhm.
Yurlith, you said you're up front but not in the front, so ahead of Jackie.
Right.
Davi, you said you're in the front.
Yes.
Okay. Harris is going to be like kind of around where Yurlith is, close enough to direct, but not necessarily in the lead.
Shouldn't Air be in the back?
Well, no, because I'm the ranger. I'm the one who can do the survival. Supposedly.
There's like 3 of us that can do tracking, but yeah.
Before we swap out, before we actually leave,
Sure.
I'm gonna get him a different shield and all
Okay.
that extra equipment. I'm gonna get him something else besides the shield from the dwarven people that I wanted to do stuff with.
Okay. Cog, where are you in the lineup?
I guess,
He can be at the front.
yeah, I can be behind where Davi is.
Okay.
That works out.
Well, who's in the front then?
You are.
Davi.
No, I'm not in the front. I'm
Davi is in the front.
Okay.
Cog and Harris are kind of like right behind Davi. Harris actually makes a point to kind of ride near Cog. Then Yurlith, you're right behind them, and then we have Jackie, Rafferty, Leo. Unless we want to change that. Totally open for flux.
I don't care, whatever.
Yeah, that works.
As long as he can see where the fireball goes.
So, Jacobus gets a new shield before you guys head out. And you head out into the autumn landscape. And the first day is rather uneventful. Things are surprisingly, perhaps even unnaturally calm this close to the court. It's almost as if this area is just completely, surrounding is completely immune to all of the madness that you've been experiencing between what happened in the swamp and what happened in the Feywild. And even though, you had those extra people in the court, they're pretty calm, and you just, from this little area, you wouldn't even be able to tell that there's anything strange going on in other parts. The birds are chirping, the leaves are still bright, the landscape is still normal, and it's just completely blocked out from everything else that you've encountered. For a change, you're allowed to actually just kind of enjoy the nice mild temperature of the autumn court and how beautiful it is, and really take in the pleasantness and the majesty that is the Feywild. Harris, is, a bit of a different companion than Yernan was. He's quiet, but he's not as aloof. He rides along, and as you guys chatter, he rides closer to the group. He chuckles appropriately, and he doesn't offer up a whole lot. He does seem reserved and preoccupied, but, as you guys talk, he looks between you, and he is definitely warmer to the company than Yernan was. Dobby. And he takes it, and he, kind of nods, and he... And, he notes that, it tastes a lot more like home than anything that he's had in a while, and he offers comments here and there. And Dobby, you do notice that just from your ability to read people, that he is burdened somehow, troubled, but given everything that he's told you about why he's here and what's going on, it's not surprising. It doesn't seem unusual. He's just dealing with a lot, it seems. So he doesn't make a lot of idle conversation himself, but he answers when engaged and, continues on. As you guys go to settle down for the night, as you come to a close on your first day, everybody hops on off of their elks, but Cog,
Cog stays on his elk.
You were unable to.
Oh, shit.
You'll get him some nice blankets and let him get tucked up.
Well, I don't think anyone else understands what's going on because I didn't explain it.
Everybody dismounts and starts to make camp, and
You're communing with your mount. That's, druids are weird.
All right, folks. We have a problem.
Just one?
Yeah, my freaking trinket bag. Where have you been?
So, I, in an effort to obtain our elk to speed the journey, made a deal with a fae.
You freaking without me there?
Well, I mean, yes. I went to go find mounts. No one came. So, I handled it.
You didn't take the actual merchant, Leo?
Leo was barely alive. Regardless. We have elk. But the deal I made, apparently, is physically binding. I can't get off my mount.
What?
That's freaking hilarious as far as I'm concerned.
That poor mount.
the mount.
Take it off?
No.
How? Wait, what?
At this point, Cog, you feel a little bit of shift underneath you, and then the elk actually begins to kneel down, and he's just kind of, laying down with you still on him.
Hopefully he's not a roller.
I'd like to make a change in the mounting.
Okay.
We need to put Cag at the back downwind. It's gonna get ripe.
Wait, hold on.
Right through a stream.
Let's check this out. The assumption is that we are bathing through any of this? That's hilarious.
I'm not anything. I don't know why.
Yeah, I love this pretty world that you've described.
Prestidigitation, man.
It's true. I do have access to prestidigitation.
I don't use that on myself. Nobody else.
Leo
Rafferty and
always
Leo
smells
smell
like
great.
cherry blossoms.
I love it.
Marilyn has gotten Leo to do prestidigitation
Nope.
on her before, so yes.
Nope.
And also, no, we're probably not going to be able to do a lot of bathing in a blizzard.
So,
Hey man, I'm good down to a
So
Yeah.
the deal I made was to ensure that I could say that the stable master's elk were legendary. What's the term?
He doesn't even remember the term.
The description was basically it should be a legend on the level of Oberon.
And at this, Harris goes, "Oh."
Do I know how stupid his deal was? Can I know?
Says the guy who's afraid of
roll
water.
An intelligence check with advantage, or history check with advantage.
Check my sheet. Roll which
Oh, that's right. History with advantage.
History with advantage.
So you're gonna have to do all of your battling from.
It's 15.
Okay. So,
Amazing.
given your extensive research of the Feywild, this is actually a fairly common tale. There was a time when the Sealy Court was at war with the Unsealy Court, and Titania ended up, somebody like offended her, and she had her heart broken, and Oberon, who'd been on the front lines, rode through the days and the nights to be by her side to relieve her of her pain and bring her company. You know, it didn't. The story itself is trivial, but the point carries. You know, we are dealing with this. His elk became renowned for just like its endurance and its persistence, as did Oberon. So that is what this Fae appears to be looking for. These legendary mounts that could not be stopped and carried their heroes into battle until they reached their destination.
So, has Cag ever had saddle sores? Because, let me tell you.
So, if I attempt to
Do I
Shape.
explain this briefly to everyone? What I obviously know.
Okay.
I think you should explain it to just some of us. Like, not Kag.
So, I'm going to attempt to shapeshift into something small, a lizard.
Okay.
I will have not left the saddle. I'm remaining in
It
con-
works.
Okay,
You're able to shapeshift.
so I curl up and I go to sleep.
Okay.
It's not the worst idea he's ever had, guys. Making the deal was the worst idea he ever had.
No, I've got plenty.
Elk's gonna roll over him and he's only lasts for 3 hours.
He's gonna suddenly reshape back to himself 6 hours in sleep.
Okay. So, everybody else makes camp. So, Kag curls up on the saddle and goes to sleep. You guys, have a meal.
That's a very bad idea, but okay.
Hunker down to sleep. Harris kind of, looks at you all as you begin to get your bedrolls ready and goes, "Do you keep guard, or is that something you don't do here?"
I mean, yeah, I think we probably, yeah, we should, do we have something?
We're really bad at perception checks.
Hey,
But
didn't Leo have, like, a structure thing that he was supposed to be writing into his spellbook or something?
I mean, we can cram in under that. It's
Huh?
not. It's tiny.
Oh, it's a tiny hut, that's right.
It's like 8 by 8 feet, I think. I mean, it fits people, but you gotta lay on top of other people.
No, but I just wondered. I knew that there was a building of some kind. I couldn't remember the details, so. Okay,
It's a glass dome. It's not really a building.
okay, well, no, and rope trick is only good for a short rest, so. So yeah, we could do guard shifts. Clearly, Cag is not taking first shift. Do we want to do 2 people?
Oh, you're off, by the way, Bobby.
Do we want to do 2 people guarding and then taking turns, or what do we want to do?
Yeah, probably just a couple people and
And then trade
then,
off.
yeah.
So I guess I'm changing all my spells to. Sorry, go on.
Who wants
Okay, what do you want to do, Dobby?
She's gonna walk over to Jackie.
Okay.
Just kind of pat him on the back, cast remove curse.
Okay.
Specifically for this.
What are the components of that? Like how do you cast it in terms of
Verbal and semantic. Okay. And you do. You cast remove curse. Anything
Do
else?
I know that she cast a spell?
She
He-
have
he-
knowledge.
Yeah, and given that it's
She-
verbal.
She's gonna say the words and she's gonna tell you, Jackie, I'm casting remove curse on you, just to see how it goes.
No.
Tommy is just
Jacob sort of froth his mouth and runs off.
All right. Anything else before you guys bunker down for the night?
Changing my spells is what I'm doing.
Who's doing
Yeah.
the first shift of guard duty?
Leo sleeping.
So not Leo.
Does Leo need any treatments on his fungus?
I don't know.
It's red, but it doesn't seem to be bothering him right now.
Alright. I can't remember, was it Dispel Magic that was casting on that?
Lesser restoration is what you did before.
Lesser Restoration? Okay, well I'll cast it on it again before I go to bed.
Okay.
I've got the spells.
Okay, well, Earless will volunteer for first shift, but there has to be at least one other person who does first.
Okay, your lift first.
Do it second.
I'm asleep. I can't volunteer for anything.
You can't volunteer for anything because you can't get off the damn elk.
I can watch things from my elk.
Good vantage point.
Yeah?
Just like jab me in the side when it's time, and I'll like
Is Cog a centaur now?
Where tar?
like I'm accruing all kinds of weird history.
You really are. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of settle into
Harris will watch with you, Earlith.
What if you hit full moon and Cog turns into a werewolf on the elk?
can't turn into a full moon in the autumn court. Harris already explained that. Okay.
We're going to the
Well, you can't be forced to turn into one in the autumn court.
Well, that's convenient.
Harris volunteers to take first watch with you, Earlith.
Okay.
He says I'm not tired anyway.
Everybody else is gonna go to sleep, and then Harris and Earless will take first watch.
I'll take last watch. Dobby
Ref?
can get up early.
Make Rafferty watch. He only needs to sit around for like 4 minutes.
It's true.
Yeah, that's true. So Rafferty
You
will
can have
be
all
able
the
to
watches.
watch too.
And as you guys keep watch, Earlith, Harris asks you all the usual questions: where are you from? How long have you been here? You know, he doesn't seem as prying as other people. You know, it's more kind of the
As prying as like melees.
it's a lot more of the hey, so you're from the Primaterial Plane, I'm from the Primaterial Plane, bar talk. So
It just makes easy conversation.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, I've never been there. Sounds interesting. So
Yeah. Just pass the time. Keeping a watch out around the perimeter.
all right, who do you wake up next?
Well, Dobby said she was gonna take. So we for what 4 hours or so, unless that's
Gotta be 8 hours. Yes, I think you can do that, or you could do like 2-hour shifts.
2-hour shifts is probably better, so I'll get a full night's
okay.
rest.
Well,
Yeah.
who's going second then? Because Dobby said she was taking last watch with.
I will.
Okay,
All right. So.
Jacobus.
And I guess Leo.
Okay,
Take a watch whenever you wake him up.
so you're going to kick him to wake him up.
Yeah. So I wake them up and I turn in and give Harris a good rest.
Then we'll put Rafferty in the middle, because he'll have had his 4 hours of meditation by that point. So
I'm really concerned about how much focus Casso's putting on this.
I'm just, you guys have 2 weeks. This way we have your marching order and your guard order. It's just good to know, right?
I'm so concerned.
Okay,
We're
Davi and Cog.
Probably not because Earless is putting that out.
Davi and Cog, you guys take up the last watch, and there is nothing eventful during the first night. The Autumn Court remains pretty calm, very chill. It is just your ideal camping experience. So.
Okay.
Hey, Cog.
There's no such thing.
What happens when you gotta pee?
He pees a lizard amount on top of the elk.
Yes,
You know,
it's that easy.
dogs don't pee their own.
Well, lizards do. Lizards.
It's a little tinkle trickle.
When you wild shape, your equipment can merge into your body. It's the elk considered equipment.
I like where this is going. He's a Cronenberg lizard, like an elk head.
Yeah, I need to start thinking about wild shapes and how this
So
works.
It's the bear
You
on top
really
of the
should
elk.
have asked more questions, Cag.
If I turn into a giant elk, does it kill the baby elk under me, or does he just stay attached to the underside of
I mean,
me?
it is also a giant elk. I mean, I think it's giant elk.
No, it's a regular
Is
elk.
it a regular elk? Did we
Yeah.
establish that?
Great elks, I thought.
Yeah, that's not a giant elk.
Great elks are like 10 feet tall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Giant elks are
Okay.
this big.
It's not that big.
That's
It is
600
bigger. Bigger than your average elk, but not,
Motherfucker!
Anyway. Oh, okay. So, first night goes out up the hitch. Second day is much like the first. You guys wake up, head off. God, you're still on your elk.
Still my elk.
Resume your marching order.
Feeling great. Feeling just fine.
Does he actually get any rest through that?
He does. Doing the lizard shape and being able to lay out on the saddle, he does.
I choose a different form every time we do this.
Leo, I'm going to toss you a PM.
Oh, great.
Dub, dub, dub,
Do I have a
dub.
good night's sleep or a troubled night's sleep?
You have.
At all.
You're. It's a little unnerving not knowing where your bag is, but nothing is inflicted upon you. No nightmares. You're doing okay right now.
Also, you don't sleep.
Hey, maybe my end of the bargain has been upheld, and I'm cool.
Somehow I don't think it's that easy. But
Or you're
good
about to
shot.
be murdered.
Evil DM, guys. Of course it's not.
Fuck with that. So which way are we heading?
You are heading pretty much due west at this point,
Right, okay. So,
straight towards the full moon.
wait. What?
Hold up. Can we back that statement up just a second? What?
Please let him be a werewolf on top of an elk. Please
No,
let
he's
that
a
happen.
weird cow. He's a weird cow. It's a weird cow, not a werewolf.
Okay, make a wisdom saving throw for me,
Who?
Leo.
Oh. I was so afraid. I wasn't defensive at all.
The hell?
You
Nailed
failed.
For says that was a 4.
He rolled a 4 on that wisdom save.
Okay,
Bad at this game, sir.
so
Yeah, we're going the wrong way.
This is our new group image.
I'm down for it.
What is that?
It's a badger.
So, you guys,
Leo turns this elk and starts going off to the right. Like, we're going to go this way.
Come back here.
Wait a minute, what?
Let Irilith.
Going the wrong way.
Yeah.
Leo.
No, we're not. Harris knows the way of where we're going.
But Harris
Well,
might
y'all
be
going
a
the wrong
lying
way.
son of a bitch.
Why?
No, you've already insight checked Harris.
Harris kind of stops and looks back. What's going on?
I don't know. He keeps saying we're going the wrong way.
Where are you trying to go? Because the Winter Court is very clearly to the west.
I mean, we're going this way. This is where we need to go.
What's that way?
Where we need to go.
What do you think we need to go see?
What are we doing? We need to go there.
Can Davi ride up to him and cast Celestial Restoration on him?
Sure, go for it.
Let's try that.
At this point, it's become her solution to everything.
She just like splashes everyone with holy water in the morning and like, all right, I hope that worked.
It's
Yeah,
like
like-
a kid in
So-
The Incredibles where this babysitter is very fed up and dealing with it.
As she rides up and casts Lesser Restoration, you itch at your side, Leo, and you do feel flakes once again kind of starting to peel away. And it's the feeling that you had before, it's dampened to a degree. It's not as strong, it's not as urgent, but I mean, it's still there. You know, it's not controlling anymore, but it is still that kind of nagging. Like you're just not sure that the right decision has been made.
Basically, he thinks his garage door was left up.
Exactly.
We should be going this way.
Is
Why-
the oven on?
why y'all
We
go
kind
that
of
way?
we need to go this way first. Okay.
Okay.
Come on, it's okay.
There's a guy who went to get elks that's leading this that's now stuck in an elk.
Yeah, but we're helping this other guy. We all agree.
Yeah, the crazy werewolf is in a hurry. But that we're not having a good
That
thing
was-
here. So why wouldn't we just go this way? This way we go.
That was pretty racist. I'm a werebear, in case you were concerned, just to clarify.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to infer your sexuality.
There is a difference.
Oh,
How dare you assume my lycanthropy?
we will grudgingly start following them, just looking
Oh wait,
towards
so
the north.
so all of this time was spent just so we could make Leo more south.
So, you guys make camp once again on the second day. This time, Rafferty, as you begin your meditation, there's no vision. There's just a little voice that comes to you at one point in the back of your mind that goes, "I'm waiting."
I'm gonna
That's it.
immediately, I'm like, my eyes go up from my meditative stillness, and I'm like, I'm gonna say out loud to anyone who's awake, did anyone hear that?
Is this during which one?
This is during Jacobus and Leo's watch.
I am a weasel at this point, curled up.
No, you didn't.
We didn't hear a thing happening.
Are you? I didn't think you slept. Are you dreaming?
I'm gonna reiterate. Has anyone seen my bag?
What? What
Do
bag?
you need a new one? I got a spare one. Like you need a pouch, like a leather bag, backpack. What you need?
Oh, we are so.
I know we're going the wrong way. All insisting, so here we are.
We are a group of crazy people. We've actually been playing, like, Cass has been playing the long game, and we're slowly going to, like, a Cthulhu, like, base.
Rafferty goes, "Where's this fruit?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're going through it."
That was pretty fun.
I can't.
Turned off again.
Alright, I'm gonna try to go
Davi
back
did
to
not bring
meditate.
enough ale for all
I
of
am,
you.
I'm definitely impacted by that. I'm a little creeped out by it.
Okay. And the rest of the night goes uneventfully. Hold on. Sorry, I'm typing out my next whisper.
It was probably just Cog turning over his sleep as it's whatever the hell he is now.
Oh Lord. Okay, so the rest of the night goes uneventfully.
Is there a check I can make? Any type of dice I can roll to try to understand what's about to happen?
Says it goes, come on, luck.
You I don't think so. you could
Dice, and there's no dice to save me. So
you could
fish.
read up on people getting murdered by the.
You could try an insight check.
Yeah, I'm gonna insight check. I'm sure that's gonna.
Roll an insight check.
Yeah.
I might actually be good at it.
Is he insight checking himself?
He is insight checking this voice.
You have a -1 to insight.
Please roll one.
8.
You have no idea. You have no idea. You don't know. You have been carrying this bag around for years. You don't know how it could have just disappeared. You have no idea. You're pretty sure you might be losing your mind.
I'm gonna be so much fun to be around the rest of this.
You now have a point of insanity. Congratulations.
So.
Wait, what?
No, I'm just kidding.
I was like not familiar with that rule, and I was.
Like,
It is a real thing.
It is a real thing, but you don't have one.
Yeah, 'cause didn't somebody have a point of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Jacob,
Had some standing rules.
I'm pretty sure he still does.
So.
He is going around calling himself a king.
The rest of the night is uneventful.
He has a crown.
No, he has a crown.
Does he have a flag?
Do you have a flag? Sorry.
Bye.
Tess doesn't know the story about the crown.
I remember that someone used command on him, and then discovered quite surprisingly that he was also a barbarian.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true. He has a crown. He has a crown that he found in an old tower and has not taken it off and won't let anybody look at it. So.
He has taken it off. He did a couple days ago.
Yeah, he took it off his tower.
That's true.
He rolled sleight of hand to surreptitiously take the crown off and hide it. Literally everybody thought. We all stared.
That was so weird.
So, by the third day, you guys finally start to see some changes in your environment. You're you especially begin to notice that there are a
What
number
happened
of
to-
creatures as you walk along that seem to dart off into the woods as you come. In your experience so far in the Feywild, the creatures are a lot bolder, they're a lot more comfortable in this environment, and this is strikes you almost as more as like prime material behavior, and that things seem skittish and unsure, and that doesn't normally seem to be the not persona, what's the word I'm looking for? That's just not the way things behave here. They tend to be more bold, and so this is unusual. There seems to be a certain nervousness that's gathering this far away from the court. Every now and then, Yerlith, you will actually notice, a couple of like tiny eyes, in the bushes watching, but they're crouched and they remain there quietly and just watch you guys pass, and nothing's assaulting you or anything like that, but there is definitely this aura that the creatures here are more on guard, more dubious about the things that are coming and going and passing by.
Ask the person.
So one more time.
So ask the guy with us.
Oh, what those are?
Yeah.
He looks into the bushes and he goes, I don't know, could be anything. Squirrels, sprites. I suppose you'd have to go to find out. They're not bothering me, so I see no reason to bother them. Jacobus, you have a PM coming.
Your level of multitasking is absurd.
Leo looks longingly to the door.
And Leo, your side continues to itch. I got it off.
Did have to get paired up like one glaring kid.
There's a thing stuck to the floor. It was bothering me.
Every night.
I was gonna say Leo's side's and I'm surprised he's not yelling for Doffy to fix it.
So every night before bed, Dobby's gonna cast a lesser restoration.
Do you have something more permanent than this? I thought you were a healer. Fix No. It's terrible. Fix it.
If she has extra spells, she'll just like cast a
Just
couple of
shame
them
cast less.
And you
back
do.
to back,
Spell slots.
just to see how if it does more.
And you do, but it doesn't seem to stack. You're able to push it back so that all of the kind of like flaky, moldy lichen does seem to disappear, but it remains red and irritated. You do notice.
Moldy. That was
You do notice that as you cast it, he seems less preoccupied with the north. You know, he still looks over, but I mean, you know, you'll notice that Leo starts to kind of veer, and you're like, nope, 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 come back, and it kind of sets him back on track again.
Wait, Leo, did you not write that scroll into your ritual book?
Cog blacked out during this conversation.
I don't think was I here?
I meant to, but y'all ran off, so I don't know.
The what? The
Wait,
hut?
I wasn't here during the beginning of the.
Are you talking about the hut?
Yeah.
No, it's when we started out, Eurolith asked, and he said it's small. It's like 8 feet, so we could sleep in it, but we'd have to sleep on top of each other.
I could.
I mean,
I couldn't sleep on top of it.
Which Cog's not going to be in it, so this one was.
I could pick who gets to go in anyway. I wouldn't let Cog in.
Third day comes and goes. Everybody keeps watch, regular order. Cog, you continue to sleep on your saddle.
Yep.
You're starting
I was
to
a
get
cat last night.
You're starting to get a little sore at this point. You know, I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
I can get more comfortable.
he's able to. I mean, he can't leave the saddle, but he is able to like.
I could feel his ass.
He is able to shift his weight. He is able to shift forms, but at this point, it's really starting to get to you. You know, everybody else can get off and take a walk break, and you can change into the lizard or whatever to kind of get a little bit of a break. But you are starting to develop some sores. So,
Lovely.
but you have avoided points of exhaustion. So congratulations.
Yay! Thinking outside the box.
Leo's got right out the cut. Hey, you want to try something?
Sure.
So, Leo's got to put a hand on him and cast suggest or say, "Why don't you come off the elk?"
Can I resist that? I don't know if I can resist that.
It's a will save. I don't know if you can fail it.
I can choose to fail it, right?
Yeah, I think you can.
But can you because of the compulsion
I don't-
to stay on?
Yeah, it's literally the. Yeah. I don't know.
Power of one spell versus another.
I divide by 0 and vanish from sight.
I think, given the nature.
That's an imaginary number.
No.
Given the nature of oaths in the Feywild, it does strike you as a bad idea.
I have a feeling it's. I don't know that we should do this,
All right.
but I do appreciate the gesture, truly. I made the deal. I'll suffer through it. I'm just glad no one else has to.
So on the fourth day, you start to notice the weather changing. The cool breeze now kind of has like a bit of an icy nip to it. There's a slight frost on the yellow grass when you guys awaken. And the leaves overhead start going from like these bright reds and oranges to a little bit more of, like a brown. You're definitely getting farther into the autumn. There's clattering of a few acorns that kind of catches your attention as Leo rides up ahead, Rafferty, and you look up just in time to see this small brown ball of fur fly straight at your face. And I need you to make a dex saving throw.
Who with me?
Who?
Rafferty,
Okay, good.
if he's still here.
He says still here?
Who Mayboss says.
I think we lost him.
I hear a sound.
I mean, but even he can't roll dice, so it doesn't
That's okay.
roll dice.
So
Yeah.
just kidding, now it's Leo. Make a dex saving throw.
I'm okay. It's not strength. With advantage?
Nope.
The elk is very dexterous.
All right. So you look up at the sound of the falling acorns and you see this fur, just this wad of fur with 4 limbs stretched out, like a little bit bigger than a baseball size, flying at your face. And you immediately jart over to the left. You kind of
Baseball size.
a little bit bit bigger than it.
Squirrel.
You dart over to the left and pulling, your elk off balance a little bit, and it stumbles for just a moment, but it manages to right itself.
This is why we're going the wrong way.
Hold on tightly to your saddle, turning around just in time to watch this little thing skid onto the dirt and turn around, and it leaps at you again. But this time you have time to react.
I football punted.
I thought he was gonna say fireball. I was so concerned. I heard he said It's like no.
Okay. You go, and you guys watch. Guys.
It would be legendary.
And that was the end of the academy.
You guys watch as Leo in the back, you hear his elk kind of stammer as and you watch him dart over, and then there's this little brown thing just flying at his face again. Jackie, you're able to get a full view of this, and you watch as Leo just out of nowhere, BAM! Falcon punch. This little thing falls back and splays out on the dirt. And kind of gets up, kind of like, twitching a little bit, looking a little bit messed up at this point. Okay. Does that require an attack or anything?
Yeah, it's a full action.
Okay. That hits.
Oh Jesus.
Okay. It gets up. You watch it kind of stammer a little bit, and it takes a moment. You watch as it raises its tiny paw, and it's wielding a knife. It's about a 2-inch blade, but it's not very big. Just in time for Leo to shoot a firebolt, and it is completely obliterated. It is just burnt to a crisp.
Do we have to be on this stupid thing longer? This is the dumbest thing. I was just trying to get robbed by a 4-inch leather holding a knife.
But you did great.
Gotta talk to it. What if it knew maybe it's
Feel
not
free.
free?
It's sort of. It's had an outline. Can't speak with dead.
No.
Well, next time somebody jumps out of the tree and tries to shank me, I'll way.
Little tiny toothpick. I'm really worried about the tooth.
It looks real big. It was 2 inches from your face.
Shove it up your nose.
So, with the smell of like burnt hair and roasting squirrel going behind you, you guys continue onward, and you continue to see the same kind of behavior from the animals. Things starting off every now and then. You do see another squirrel in the road that is quickly like shoveling up a lot of nuts and darting off in. Davi, roll a perception check for me.
Leah's just riding around holding this person at this point.
Perception.
So Davi, you notice as Yurlith kind of noted that the animals around here seem more skittish. The behavior that they're exhibiting also strikes you as kind of strange. In your experience so far, the Autumn Court has been a place of plenty, a place of giving, a place of sharing, and there seems to be a very almost defensive, hoarding kind of activity going on here. You notice a lot of the animals as they come and go, they have big bags of berries. They're quickly, coming this way and that. Definitely trying to gather the provisions they can and clear out away from you as quickly as possible. The mood and atmosphere seems to be changing significantly. But otherwise, the day is uneventful. Leo having passed his near-death experience. You guys make camp, heal Leo, keep him on track. God, you remain on your horse.
Whoa. It's an elk.
Elk.
It's not a maze. It's like a fair at this point or something.
This time, when you guys go to make camp, Harris actually looks to you, Yurlith, and goes, "There's a question I've been a little reluctant to ask, but I think I'll regret it if I don't.
God. I hope not, because this is very trying.
What year was it when you came?"
Do we know?
Do we know?
982.
It was in like it was about 1491.
Okay. Yeah. 14.
Are you gonna tell us we
91, I
missed
think.
Columbus's whole voyage?
This is actually a retelling of it.
And he kind of nods with that, and he's like, "All right, thank you." Otherwise, unless anybody has anything to discuss on their guard shifts.
Are you really not gonna follow up on that?
Well, I mean, so if you don't mind me asking you, it's a little awkward for you. Why did you want to know what year it was?
I wanted to know how long I've been gone.
How long have you been gone? If you don't mind me asking.
From the sound of it, about 130 years.
It's been a minute then.
I think it would be safe to assume things have changed a good bit since then.
I think that it probably has. Does it feel like 130 years for you, or how long does it feel like you've been here?
You kind of start to lose track of the time after a while, but I don't feel any older.
Right.
I mean, as old.
It's to that.
That's true. I could do without living with the aches and pains indefinitely, but I suppose there are worse things just the same.
How does aging work in the Feywild? This is an out of character question. I mean, do people age in the Feywild?
You don't know. You do know that you've gathered that time is different, but as far as aging, you really don't know. There are a lot of mysteries and unexplored areas with where that's concerned. So, night comes and goes. No, you hear a lot more activity in the night now. It seems that there are a lot more nocturnal creatures about. They all seem to give you a very wide berth, but nothing comes near the camp. You're able to keep a good watch. You go into the 5th day. In a couple of hours into your trek, you begin to see this gray mass in the distance. And as you get closer, you find that there is just this massive sheer cliffside, about 30 feet high, that is just cut straight across the forest as far right and left as the eye can see.
Well, that's gonna be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
What do we do
Harris
with that?
kind of comes up short and goes, "This is new."
Wait, what do you mean this is new? Where are we on the map?
So let's see, you are on about day 5. There's a dice in my way. Hold on.
Why did we go from weird
Okay.
rooster icon to weird badger icon?
Well, nobody liked the rooster.
Let's see.
I like the little badger.
You're probably somewhere like right in here. You're not quite halfway. You're coming up on about the halfway point.
So we're here.
Yeah, like right about here. We're a dove now.
Nowhere now.
Make us
Yeah.
a raccoon and we can trash
Yeah,
can this.
Obviously, we're a cat and give him a book.
I don't have a book.
Wait, was that your little badger transform token?
Yes,
Where do we find all the little icons?
I make them.
He has sat and made icons for every single animal in the book.
Well, that was before I realized I can just import them, so a lot of them are imported now.
Let you talk.
Chewing on
Chewing on a bone.
So we're here.
Right about where the dove is, yes. Like kind of like on the dove's wing-ish. Ow.
Alright.
Yes, you're right. You're right about here. You're right about here. Hold on, let me draw you a line. Bop it up, bop, bop, bop.
Owls.
You're like right here.
That's it?
Well, look, you got 1, 2, 3, 4,
That's
5.
not even close to halfway.
You've got 5 squares, okay? And you're going for 2 weeks. You're on about day 5. So, well, hold on. Wait, 1,
Yeah, that would
2.
put us like here.
Okay, fine. Look, why? Why are you so concerned about the wall?
Because you said halfway, and then you put us like right next to the autumn court, and I'm like, well, we're fucked. We're never making it.
It's because your deer is huge.
Where do we go?
You're a little short of halfway. You're a little short of halfway.
Okay, yeah. We're definitely not 2 squares.
A little short of halfway, Gag.
Hey, that's a little short of halfway.
Okay. Hold on. I'm multitasking.
That is 900 miles from Florida.
Which is where we are.
Why do we care where exactly on the map the wall is?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
It's important.
It's not.
Stop that.
Stop what?
How do you know it's not me?
Encouraging
Because
cat.
it's red.
It's red.
Now that's you, Kagan. Stop that.
Oh my god.
I'm just telling you the route.
Well, it's a good thing that Leah isn't part of this party. Your list is much more practical.
Leo.
We should definitely go in this direction.
No, she goes north. Over here.
No, I think Sesnick would appreciate it if we went in this direction.
Is it a drier direction?
Nope.
He's going in place.
No, it's straight to the Diamond Sea.
I mean, Rafferty's going to have to accept it. But yeah,
Actually-
we're heading there. So.
Actually, let's go to the diamonds.
You know, says
Like, please, let's go. Get them to keep just beat the Admiral and get it over with.
I don't know what interface you're on, but if you could get on Twitch and just mute it, you can actually see what we're looking at.
It's not super useful.
I mean, it's not, but it's also nice to be able to see your own rules. So.
Okay.
I saw
So.
your dog walk from cast on K on the screen. It was
So, you are standing in front of a massive 30-foot high sheer cliff.
30?
Is
Yes.
there a way around it? I mean, you're like,
Roll a perception check.
oh, where's my character? sheet? I need to roll something.
I actually very intentionally left out the words which was coming.
You said it's an ice wall?
Cliff.
Yeah.
Rock cliff.
Rock.
It is as far as you can see. And there are a lot of trees in the way. You know, it is hard to see. It's not like you got a clear view, but it looks like this wall, this cliffside, stretches on indefinitely.
I'm gonna look at Harris
Guess
and
we
I'm
have to
gonna
go.
say,
I have to go. Thank you guys.
Bye, Says.
Nice, says. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for losing my trinket bag.
Do
but
it.
no, we didn't lose it, you lost it.
Take responsibility for your own actions.
I blame Cat.
It probably was Cac's fault.
If you stop finger gunning, you can hold on to them.
Yes, it's held tightly on the bottom fingers and finger gun formation.
Lord have mercy.
See you guys next time.
Nice.
Alright, have a good night.
No.
I'm gonna look at Harris and say, do you know anything about this?
Would, by chance, the cliff kind of go in this, like, north-south?
Yes. The cliff does run
We
north-south.
should just follow the cliff north then.
Harris looks at you.
Pick it up.
Eurolith. This wasn't here when I came. But the Feywild is a strange place.
So, alright, magic people need to figure out this magic thing.
Leo, can your owl see how deep, like how much depth there is to this?
Can you have the owl fly up and just above to see?
Leo's riding off north along the cliff.
Oh, Jesus. Leo!
Back.
It's a cliff. What are you gonna do? We go here, way up.
I wonder what's on top of it.
That's just
What do you mean? What's on top of it? You've been on cliffs. What's on top of a regular cliff? More land.
Still send your bird up to look around and scout a little.
Alright. Leo snaps his fingers. There's a owl on his shoulder. Flies up.
Okay. It flies up
While he's riding north.
over the cliff.
Isn't he blind when that happens?
Yeah, he does.
I mean, on top, it looks almost as though the entire land here has just been raised. You know, as he flies up and overs the cliff, kind of circles above you for a moment. It's it's almost as though it's just kind of like booped on up and continues onward.
There's more land up there, guys.
How? Well, yeah.
So
How come we
you said is it sheer? Is it smooth?
Yes,
Like perfectly smooth?
perfectly smooth.
So there's no chance of climbing it.
I
Just
could.
need to keep going. I mean, I'm kind of
So,
with Leo
if
on
we
this.
imagine this as the wall where the Night Watch are.
Well, it's only 30 feet high, not like hundreds.
But like that.
Kind of, yeah.
Can you wild shape an undead ice dragon?
Well, I mean, they did scale the.
What?
So if I used erupting earth on it, I could technically make a ramp out of rubble.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, this is still gonna backfire. Okay.
Yes.
Probably so. I'm gonna.
She sounds way too forgiving.
Yeah, this is gonna backfire. All right, I am burning a third level
I
spell.
like clever things.
In a 20 starting at the top, a 20-foot by 20-foot cube, and bringing it down into the, I guess, new valley that we're in, so
Okay.
that there is a ramp.
So you reach up and you attempt to you watch as Cog lifts his hands and he begins to speak the words, and you attempt to kind of like grasp the rock facing with your magical energy and pull it, but you just it's like you can't. It's just not working. You don't even feel the spell go off.
Oh. Did the spell get used?
No, you still have the spell slot.
Is this so I can't cast a spell.
Can you do it in front of it? Can you bring up the ground in front of the cliff?
I don't know if I can. Let's see.
Because it says a fountain of churned earth is opposite of 20 from cube center up point. So if you make that like in front of the cliff, it sprays up a bunch of dirt, bring us up higher.
But that's still going to be short
Or
by
make it
10
sort of
foot.
north.
So I'm going to snap my fingers and summon produce flame in my hand. Can I do that?
Yes.
Okay. That's just a sanity check on whether there's anti-magic in the area. Okay, so I can cast spells. I just can't cast spells on that.
Does it look like dirt? Like a cliff?
The rock, yes.
Is it
looks
like
stone.
rock, or is it like obsidian, or
No, it just looks like. I mean, I'm not a geologist, but just like normal gray rock.
I
Normal
mean, we've all
cliffside.
played Minecraft.
No, we haven't.
It just
Oh my
looks like
gosh.
stone. Definitely unnatural in its formation and the fact that it's just sheer, but
So that's interesting.
Go over and study the stone just to see. I mean, she's got that stuff.
Davi, can you make handholds?
roll. What are you attempting to do, Dobby?
Hit it, Davi.
Trying to see if this has been worked or there's something unusual about it. But
Okay, roll an investigation check
Let's go
wouldn't. Let's
north.
see. She's got that stone.
with
cut.
advantage, because it's definitely
That's a
man-made.
history check.
Roll an investigation check for me first with advantage.
Okay.
So you go over, Dottie, really, as Cog's attempting to make this, erupt and this, that, and the other, and you go over and you attempt to get a really good look at it, and you want to see what could have possibly made this, and you go to push your hand to kind of feel and see what kind of grooves you can find on the stone, and your hand passes right through.
Guys, it's an illusion.
Let's go north.
Come on, Leo.
There's a cliff. Come on.
Nope, it's an illusion. Come on.
It's interesting. This is kind of a powerful illusion to.
That's a huge illusion.
Yeah. Like, can we. Does someone want to stick their face in there and see what it's actually covering?
Davi, you're close to it. Stick your head in.
I'll be able to go through it. Just ride me through it.
Oh.
She's gone. Let's go back.
You ride your elk through, Davi, and as you make it to the other side of the illusion, you know everything's normal. You just pass right through.
That's really weird.
My hand back out.
Yeah.
Wave 'em on.
Have I
Harris follows on through.
Right back at us.
have I
It's a trap.
ever heard of any kind of illusion that was this massive?
Among more powerful druids, especially spells cast at a higher level, you are under the impression that it's possible. You know, especially if you had a number of individuals. You know, collective power, bigger things. You know, if you took more time to kind of prod around, you could probably get more of an understanding of the depth and breadth of what might be going on here. But it would take time.
So, this is very interesting. Should we not examine how far it stretches? We need to know how big we can do this.
So, do we want? I put it forth to the group. Do we want to spend the time to really understand who's trying to obscure the area, or do we press on?
How big it is.
I think it's pretty safe to say that the Winter Court is using some serious magic to try to sway things from coming their way.
I mean,
Can Dobby still hear them and see them on the
Yeah.
other side?
You can.
He's
It
right,
is
come on.
just an illusion.
okay. I mean, I'm with whatever we want to do. This is
Going.
the
Paris.
scale of this is massive.
Harris seems generally unbothered, and he goes, "I mean, it's certainly a powerful move, but I've seen very strange things here." So
I'll go through.
All right. Well, I follow
I'll go
along.
through too. I'm fine with going through Dobby.
all right.
And we know that if Dobby went through, Rafferty's going through.
Leo's waiting until somebody comes back out.
So
I wait for Leo at the edge. Leo, let's go.
cast Lesser Restoration. Okay.
So, does she have like a club that she calls Lesser Restoration, or like?
It's a new name of her spiritual weapon. Okay, another day comes and goes. Sixth day.
Ooh,
You
what
rest.
form do I choose? I'll be a spider.
You rest. You guard. Life moves on. Come the sixth day, I need everyone to make a wisdom save. Well,
This way.
Is it a charm spell?
actually, correction. I need Jacobus, Leo, Cog, and Rafferty to make a wisdom save.
Fuck. Is it a charm spell?
Yes.
I have advantage on it. And Leo and I both have advantage on it because half elf.
Does
Okay.
Dobby sense that this is being cast or anything? Or?
No.
It's a wisdom saving throw. Oh, look at that!
Plenty.
Good fighting.
Oh my god, mine is still garbage. That's with +6.
You and Leo are.
And for Rafferty, please.
Oh, Rafferty's
Or is he immune because he's an elf?
I think he just has advantage. Hold
He
on.
has advantage on charm effects.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's immune to sleep.
Yeah. So wisdom advantage. Wow.
Okay.
Wish I had that roll. Jesus.
Not Rafferty. Leo and Cog. As you're going along, you begin to hear this beautiful, sweet melody. This soft, feminine voice whispering to you, singing, beckoning you northward.
Leo walks north.
And
I turn my elk.
and
and
it
start
is
following along.
irresistible.
I don't seem to be bothered or distracted. I'm just like, this is the way we're
Following
going.
Leo. And that's where we're going to end it.
Ah.
So you could find out next week.
Well, we know Dobby's gonna test.
She's gonna have to dual wield Lesser Restoration.
Lord have mercy.
So, you guys made it out of the Autumn Court. I wasn't sure for a while there.
I know. My God.
I was like, Jesus, are we ever leaving? And we didn't even get to do anything.
You did a lot. You totally did a lot.
We fought nothing.
Oh, by the way, Rafferty has his bag back. So we'll have to let him know.
What?
He wakes up and his bag is back.
Wait, Rafferty's trinket bag is back?
Yes.
I'm totally not looking at Jacobus.
So we'll let him know.
Wow.
There's so many questions.
You don't know the half of it.
I decided Casta is absolute evil.
I've been telling you that for almost a year now.
Has it been?
Oh,
Wow,
man.
has it really been that
No,
long?
this was, so in my notes, this is the 30th session I've planned.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
I'm pretty sure we started October last year. Or like the first time we played D&D.
Did we really?
Man.
Man, that's pretty shit.
Let's see.
Guys, this is kind of awesome.
Yeah.
We've been doing this a while. It's kind of exciting. Let's see.
November 4th is when CAG posted a first summary.
See, CAG started y'all off, right?
October 27th.
Mhm.
Yeah.
October 27th is when he posted.
All right. Halloween special.
So
Have,
I don't know
have,
if did that immediately after, if it was like towards the end, towards the next session.
My first session was on December 8th.
And that's when we took an upturn. I only lasted a month. That was pretty bad.
Well, you were like super stressed, and I was only conscious for like 2 of the 3 sessions.
Forget about that time I found you asleep.
Is that why you wanted the camera so you can
Yes, that's why she's in the same room with me now.
I had drink coffee now before sessions.
Okay, fair. That is fair. I have lost her before.
Oh.
I have asked you if she went to sleep before, but oh yeah.
All right. Well, I am formally exhausted. I'm gonna try to get back on East Coast time.
Trying.
has 2 points of exhaustion.
I like how he's exhausted because of jet lag and not because he stayed out at a club until 2 a.m.
It was only 2.
Oh, man.
It was only 2 a.m. California time. It's 6 a.m. my time. Or not 6 a.m. 5. I was networking.
At a nightclub?
Yes.
They rented.
It's Silicon Valley.
They rented out a nightclub for all of these programmers.
The ratio. The
We're gonna not socialize in public with the
yeah. It's very exclusive.
like these people are just gonna sit in hotels all day and let's rent out a night. Don't have to meet anybody else.
See, and I met the right people, so I didn't pay for a single drink all night. It was fantastic.
Was she cute?
Okay, we're talking about tech here on the West Coast. It was like 16 sausages for every one female. No, yeah.
Was she a robot then?
It was
the
about
next
high,
step.
so